T to the V to the L to the I to the N to the E, TVLine.
So we're here at Comic-Con with the cast of The Vampire Diaries. The show started 7 seasons ago, and it was kind of like this love triangle between this girl and these vampires, but, you know, we've watched it evolve into something else. Is it going to kind of feel like Vampire Diaries 2.0 moving forward?
I don't think so. Only in a way that makes it feel a little bit fresh, just because it's a new season, but we're still grounded in like that romance, the gothic sort of like epic love stories.
And what the writers did a really wonderful job of is because Elena isn't dead, and she technically is still alive.
Her presence is still felt on the show. She's still a character on the show in a way, because
Yeah.
she's talked about a lot. You know, obviously there's a lot of characters that are not over it. Enzo doesn't give a
Her absence affects all of you,
Yes.
except
And Bonnie and Damon have to work through that also, because
Stefan?
I believe there's resentment on both ends, so you'll get to see that played out in the first few episodes.
Stefan doesn't give a because he cares about her. He's obsessed with her. He's obsessed with Caroline. But she ain't having none of that. He's like throwing himself out there, and she's just like, back off, son.
This season we'll get to learn Stefan's game, you know, because Elena just felt gaga goo goo for him, but now Caroline's like, you know, you need to earn it.
And you're seeing a lot of that with the women on the show. I mean, all like even Annie's character, who's just this amazing new character, you know, you're seeing all these women kind of hold their own and really not, there's a lot of self-sufficiency happening. You know,
Annie's really great, and we're going to see a lot of her this season,
Yeah.
especially the first part of the season.
and
Who?
some new
Annie.
female characters
mama.
that are
Oh.
really exciting. Some
Yo,
new
mama.
female heretic characters are
I think it's
coming.
Andy.
That's really exciting. I'm excited to see who the cast is.
Well, this is actually a really cool season for you. I think the past couple of premieres, one you were dead when it started, and the other you were stuck in the 90s.
I'm super excited. I'm excited to be working with the cast on a more consistent basis. I'm excited for all the stuff with Damon. I'm excited that she has her powers back. I'm excited that, you know, the mentality that she's coming in with is because she was on the other side for so long, and how she's going to be approaching her life. I'm excited for that mentality. I think it's going to be really powerful, and she's going to make some decisions that I don't think she would have made before.
Obviously, we asked fans for some questions. We narrowed it down. We got like 1 million. And as you can imagine, half of those million were, they mentioned the word Bayman.
Bayman is actually really intense right now. I've never seen it this intense. We've only held hands on the show.
But it was a nice handhold.
It was a we're gonna die handhold.
Oh, you mean Bayman, the fan cry for Bayman is intense right now.
We got nominated for an MTV Fandom Award. Like over 11 million people voted for Bayman, which is really cool. And then we have a Teen Choice nom. So it's really nice that people are appreciating the work that Ian and I do together, and are seeing that and recognizing that. It really means a lot.
Is that something that you would ever consider
The
doing?
thing, their friendship on the show is so powerful. It's just so fun. She grounds him. She makes him less of a homicidal maniac, and he challenges her. And so they just have that fun banter. The actor chemistry is great. So I don't know. I'm feeling like Damon is still madly in love with Elena. Bonnie's gonna maybe have her own love interest this year, and it's not gonna be Damon. So.
Sorry, Bayman fans.
Sorry,
Ain't
not to, like,
happening.
ruin your
Rejected.
award or
But the thing is,
Thanks for the award, though.
On the
Later.
record, I'm open to that, and I know the fans would like to see something like that. But you know, it's their show.
Don't mess with
you
a
know?
good thing. That's how we think of it.
Your new love interest. I mean, it's not going to be Jeremy. He's gone. You guys are running out of Gilberts.
I've pitched female witches. I've pitched
right.
that. I've pitched
Yiggity
Bonnie just
doo.
having some discovery sexually about herself.
Well,
I mean,
Ian is
I think
close to
I've
that.
I pitched everything. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
If I were to meet, you know, Damon on the street and say like, hey, what's your relationship status? Which is something that you ask somebody on the street. What would it, a single?
He checks the box
Separated.
on Facebook that says it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Complicated,
Yeah.
right?
He says, you know, I might have a girlfriend, and then they're like, oh, you do? And he's like, yeah, she's in a coma. And then they're like, oh, that's weird. And then
He's
they
that
kind of back
guy.
away. And they're like, okay.
He's
we
that
don't-
guy on Tinder.
yeah.
Enzo, what's going on for him?
His name's Michael.
I mean, I'm talking about Enzo.
Oh, Enzo. Sorry.
What is going on? Because he was kind of all over the place last season. So where is he focused now?
So right now, Enzo kind of finds himself at a bit of a crossroads. He's kind of figuring out where his allegiance lies. So is he going to go side with Lily and kind of continue with that kind of trajectory, or is he going to be more allegiant to Damon and maybe his old pal Caroline? You know, where what's going to happen? And so that's the kind of crux of his internal dilemma, and it gives me a great thing to play as an actor because it's very clear and concise, and it's going to be fun.
You say his old pal, Caroline. I know there were people that were like really excited for. I don't know,
Oh, buddy, old pal.
What were they calling it? Carolenzo?
Carenzo.
Carenzo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor Caroline. I feel like she's been shipped with everybody. People are just
That's
trying to like.
Candace's fault. Don't blame the fans.
What did I do?
She has natural charisma with like every actor that she talks to, so it's like so annoying because we're trying to like push her towards one person, and then it's like, oh, she made eye contact with like the security guard number 4.
Back to that sort of the Steph and Caroline situation. I've been waiting since season 2 for something to happen. Ever since they were like walking in the woods and he was like teaching her the ways. When you guys were filming that back then, did you guys ever think that it might become something?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they told. There was like talks about having the characters be together. Just it wasn't.
She in
determined
real
when.
life had a thing for me season 2.
Paul just
And
requested it every
I
single season.
Then
And they were like, this is a little
deflected.
creepy, so they want to keep us apart.
And now
And then
it's
so
happening.
then now it's happening.
It's
You
awkward.
guys like it?
That's really weird.
They're already like an old married couple. That was like a best in show interview.
A lot of the fan questions are, will there be dancing this season? They love when you guys like dance.
God, I hate dancing.
You know, there was
But you're
going to be
so
a
good
dancing
at it.
scene, and we took it out.
What, him?
Yeah,
What was it?
Him and himself alone.
we were going to do a dancing scene, and we took it out.
Thank God.
What is this deleted scene of
No, it's just it happened kind of in the rewrites. And we just it's kind
How
of, you go
about
around the writers' room and it's like, who wants to tell Paul he's dancing? And I was like, I just want to eat my lunch.
You know what sucks about dancing? I'm gonna tell you what sucks about dancing on a TV series is that you have to do dialogue, right? So you can't
Yeah.
actually have the
Yeah.
music. So
It's
what happens
hard.
is they do playback and it's like, and then it's like cut, and then it's like silence, and you have to be like. And all you hear is
That
like
is true.
shuffling,
Yeah.
and you're like,
That's true.
"This is such a great party," and you just feel like an idiot.
I tell you what,
You're like,
once
I'm a moron.
I did a pilot where I had to waltz, and it was the same situation. So they're playing the waltz music, and we have all these professional waltzers waltzing and doing this elaborate number around us, and we're kind of trying to do this scene, trying to keep time. I'm thundering all
Yeah,
over the
it's
place.
very
And what's
hard without
awful,
music.
and
Really
what's
hard.
awful is like the background has to be
That's
silent
my
as well.
favorite.
So all you hear is like weird shuffling. And so it's just like awkward
Breathing.
people dancing and shuffling, and you're just like, this is so uncomfortable. I feel weird. I don't want to do this again.
Let's talk about some people who are not here right now.
Let's not.
Matt.
Matt who?
We saw
Matt Donovan, Matt Davis.
Matt Donovan.
He's
Okay.
that
Oh,
character,
you're right.
so who cares? I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
Of
It's
all
a
the
joke.
things you have ever said.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
We did that little flash forward. We know that he's a cop now. What more can we expect? Are we
Well,
finding
you know
not
how
much,
Enzo was
honestly.
like, I need to decide whose allegiance, I have. And Matt made the decision. He's like, I'm Team Human. I'm going to protect the humans. I don't care if it means I'm going up against these heretics. I don't stand a chance against them. I'm just sticking by my convictions. So Matt's going to find himself more anti-vampire than ever, but still leaning on his friends like Stephen and Caroline and Bonnie to
I'm
kind of
right.
help. But, you guys are all on the same team.
We are?
Yeah.
Did you read the script?
Which one?
Might he get a love interest? I feel like we've all
Yeah, we're rooting for him totally to get a love interest.
rooting for or writing for.
Well, we're planning on it. We're planning on it, so it hasn't actually been written yet, but we have an idea in mind.